Join us for a captivating new series where Lawin sits down with the trailblazers of the music and entertainment world. Discover the stories behind the faces and voices that shape our culture and community.
We will bring you exclusive interviews with industry legends and rising stars. Behind the scenes insights and get a peek into the creative processes and personal journeys. Artists and performers and their upcoming shows and events.
Stay tuned for more updates and sneak peeks. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel.
Be bold. Why not? Season 3. Make your mark, lead with pride.
Arm yourself with courage. Stand out and rise above.
Be the leader that you can be.
Lead others with passion.
Join us as we chat with MJ. Be part of the conversation. Every Monday at 7 p.m. Central. Tuesday, 8 a.m. Philippines.
Ready for some real talk? Pink Table Talk is all about empowerment, entrepreneurship, and the vibrant stories that make the world go round. Don't miss out on the gems shared in this heart-to-heart session with Dr. Carly D. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time.
Attention, food lovers! Get ready for a brand new culinary adventure with the Commissary Kitchen.
Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Time or 9 a.m. in the Philippines for a live show that brings the best of the kitchen straight to your screen.
Presented by Lawin Live Stream and Podcast and produced by Lawin Media Network, we'll explore delicious recipes, share expert cooking tips, and bring you closer to the world of gourmet cuisine.
The Commissary Kitchen, where every meal is an experience. See you there. Tune in to Legal Treats with attorney Eileen Ligot Dizon every Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time.
Get your weekly dose of legal insights about laws and legal matters, especially on divorce, estate planning, probate, and settling a deceased estate.
Engage in discussions by posting your questions, comments, greetings, or shoutouts.
See you every Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time. That would be Saturday at 9 a.m. Philippines. Don't miss out.
In a world cluttered with information, where truth is power, Lawin Weekly News stands apart.
We delve deeper, uncover facts, and bring stories to light. From political showdowns and economic triumphs to the pulse of the street and the heart of the community.
We capture the moments that define us, stories that challenge, inspire, and transform.
Tune in live Sundays 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and Sundays 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Are you ready for engaging conversations on education, teaching strategies, trends in the classroom?
Tune in to Teacher Talk, Live Chikahan, with your hosts, Teacher Cora and Dr. Clare.
In each episode, we'll dive into meaningful discussions, share insights, and connect with fellow educators.
Don't miss out on the fun and camaraderie. Grab your coffee and join us for some lively Chikahan. Every Saturday, 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 p.m. Philippines.
Lawin Media Network.
Bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
Business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community, from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with Lawin Media Network.
The following program is produced by Lawin Media Network. The views and opinions expressed in this program are solely those of the individuals appearing on the show and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Lawin Media Network, its affiliates, sponsors, or partners. The content provided in this program is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Lawin Media Network does not guarantee the accuracy, completeness, or timeliness of the information.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome again to another episode of Teacher Talk Live Chikahan with
Teacher Cora
and Teacher Clare. Hello. Of course, I think we need to ask our viewers muna.
Coffee.
Please make sure to
coffee.
grab your coffee or
coffee.
tea. Yes, we are ready. Oh my goodness. And we have a very wonderful episode today. Can you believe it's already?
Yes. Guys, we are having a great title today since school here in Texas has already commenced, and this was last week. And that said, our title for today is
Game ka na ba? Back
to school
na. All right. So, how was actually your week, Teacher Cora?
It was a heavy week actually, since it is first day. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, you know how the kids are running around. Teachers are so busy, and it was hectic, but it was a great start. We were able to put all systems in place to start the new year. And it was great actually, but it is so tiring.
I know. Well, I think, I only have a middle schooler, and you know how middle schoolers are. He's in 8th grade. So it's like, okay, mom, bye, so it's not as hectic, in my household now that, the little one is already in middle school, but I'm pretty sure for the parents also, it was a hectic week. I even have uncles and aunts too, doing the role of a parent who, I talk to is like, oh my God, so this is really hectic. So you know what? Our episode today is just really in time. How do you really make that transition from the relaxed summertime to now, okay, we're back on track, and so we've invited guests to really give us perspective, right? And it's going to be coming from two people who are very crucial in the back to school.
That's right.
Our teachers, of course, they're the ones receiving, right, the students. And then secondly, our parents who's sending them to school and, of course, supporting them. Because we know as teachers, family and community engagement, that partnership
is very important.
Home is very important. So without much further ado, let me go ahead and introduce our first guest. I'm going to introduce the parent. This parent is, I know, just been very, very active, in his work, helping out his students, his children, right, go to school. So he is Manila born, and he has an affiliation for the healthcare. His mom and his wife are registered nurses. He has 2 kids, ages 11, daughter actually with an autism spectrum, and a 9-year-old son in the gifted and talented.
Wow!
So can you see that really broad engagement really to to our school. So this is why I would love really to hear, his side of the story. How does it take, to support these students? He has a 20-year plus career in IT software. So he is a IT software engineer for healthcare, e-learning, and corporate training. So he has that side of pagiging teacher then, right? Also has that side.
A teacher and a parent. Huh?
Yes, I know, because he is in the corporate world doing trainings. And then he's an entrepreneur and a certified provider of the microcurrent neurofeedback therapy. He is an advocate for special needs and gifted and talented parenting. And he has a passion for gut brain wellness, nutrition, alternative medicine, fitness, and continuous self-education. So, mga kachikahan, our fellow teachers, parents, and our viewers, let me welcome our first guest, Mr. Mike Castillo.
Yay! Hello, Mr. Mike.
How are you?
Hello. Good evening, good morning. Magandang umaga and gabi. First and foremost, thank you sa mga teachers. Our appreciation and thanks. It's growing every year with our kids, how they're learning and progressing with their education journey. So yeah, we like to work with the teachers, and we know how hard they work to help our kids. So thank you, Dr. Clare and Teacher Cora, and to all the teachers out there. Yeah,
thank you, Mr. Mike. Now, you know what? We are also lucky to have joined another parent and a teacher too. Let me introduce to you our next guest. Mildred Molito holds a Bachelor of Arts in Education from Miriam College, formerly Maryknoll College, that is in Quezon City, with 3 decades of experience in teaching private school, charter, and public schools in the Philippines. She specialized in elementary education, certified in early childhood education, pre-K to K, and certified English as second language teacher. What about that? Okay.
Yes.
Currently, she teaches at Magnolia ISD. She is passionate, like Clare, in music. She is a mother of 2 boys and married to an incredible math teacher. Shout out. Okay. She lives in the saying of Aristotle, saying, educating the mind without educating the heart in education is no education at all. Ladies and gentlemen, kababayan, Pilipinas, good evening, good morning. Let's welcome Mildred Molito. Yay! Mildred. Okay bang intro ko sa'yo, Mildred?
Good morning. Well, thank you, Ate Cora, for that very energizing and active introduction.
Yes. How are you?
Or good evening.
Yes.
I'm very good.
We're back.
We missed you yesterday. Yes, Ate Cora. So, first of all, let me greet everybody first. Good morning and good evening in the other parts of the world. I'm sure our families and friends in the Philippines are also watching. So have a great and sensational Saturday. So we are here to share some of our, expertise or our experiences to everyone.
Yes. And before we do that, kumuha muna ng kape or tea. We need, and our audience too. This our coffee. Cheers. Here's our morning cheers here in Texas. And of course, sa mga taga-Pilipinas, ito yung evening cheers. Pangpatulog ha. Make sure you have that chamomile tea or milk. All right, cheers.
I have my tea.
I got my Bustelo coffee right here. Super strong.
Wow.
Just like Batangas coffee.
Oh, there you go. All right. So let's get this ball rolling. And let's first ask. I think I want to ask, both our parent, our guest parent Mike, and teacher Mildred. how was the first week? Let me ask Mildred first. Alam ko, they want to know. How did it go? How was your first week?
So, the first day of school was actually great. It was a great start. So, it was wonderful meeting my new students and begin building our learning community. So, we spent time getting to know each other, setting expectations. It was great. So, we had a great start.
Awesome, awesome. So building that community, setting expectations. I love, and I want to go
Yes.
back to that. Kasi yung expectation, dapat, it really starts with that. Mike, parent Mike, how was the first week of school?
So yeah, I'm going to borrow teacher Cora's word. It's hectic, but it's necessary and it's productive because we had to go to meet the teachers in two different schools, the elementary and the middle school, where my daughter will be a first timer in that new setting. Now she has a second floor to deal with. So it's great to meet them and kind of walk her through where things would be, her new classrooms. So, yes.
I want to ask Mike, so how important is it for a parent, from your end, because your daughter, as you said, was transitioning, right? From elementary now to middle school. How important was it, for you and then for your daughter to make sure? Because we have some parents, they would sometimes think, oh, I'm so busy, anyway, they're going to see that teacher for the rest of the year. So I can't skip that. But tell us how important is that?
Well, I think it's crucial because what my wife is in constant communication with educators, especially the special ed ones. So she had to coordinate with the previous one to get hooked up with the new one. And from the moment they met, it's a constant communication to let them know, ask questions. We even created a bio for Bella, like her own,
Wow.
a little handout, her likes, her strengths and weaknesses, what she's working on, things she loves. So they have a background for her ahead of time. So I think it's only the cleaning lady that didn't get it. We gave it to all the teachers.
Oh, wow.
That is exciting.
So
and
that
that's
really helped.
Yeah, Mr. Mike, I am really, really surprised that you are the only parents I know that you provided bio for your child and handed to the teachers, right? Now, usually what we do, teachers are the ones sending bio to the parents, but you are so in it. You really step up. Wow.
I know, and that is so one of the things that probably, again, for our teachers who's watching, right? And I know that Mike, again, has a broad range of kids, and I think you were talking about your child who is in the special ed, umbrella, and that really is a critical, that's a good tip, right? Especially when we have those ARD meetings, right? When we have those ARD meetings with, when we have parent and then the teacher, of course, teacher has to be there, the administrator has to be there. So in those meetings, I think that can be one, strategy that you can actually say, hey, you know what? I heard this from Teacher Talk, from Lawin Media Networks, podcast. And this is really what this amazing parent is doing for, his child, to have that bio that, you can hand. And that really is an amazing, strategy for a parent. So
Excellent. You really said it well, Dr. Clare. But let's ask Mildred. How was her first day? Did you also prepare bio of yourself? And did you also receive bio from your kids? Mildred.
I'm about to share that. First of all, I want to commend Mike for being prepared and ready with it, because I want to share what we did at our school, at our team. So aside from doing like a teacher, we of course introduce ourselves and we have already bio or all about me, like who is your teacher, meet the teacher. But we also prepared something like what Mike prepared. So we gave a homework not only to the students, the all about me bag, but we also gave a homework to the parents. And that is the bio that Mike expected. So everybody left with a paper that says parent homework because we wanted to know their kids. That included everything about their kids. So what is good about Mike is he's ready with it. But with our meet the teacher, we prepare it for the parents to take. So if they weren't able to come to the meet the teacher, we also send it to our students. So everybody has a homework. So it was funny, like we were telling the kids, like, guys, you have a homework, but your parents also has a homework. And they're all like, happy to do the homework together.
Wow, Mildred, that is really amazing for a first day. I am really fascinated with the way how teachers work on this in terms of parent engagement, because you send a homework for parents. Okay, that is really, really exciting for them. I don't know how it was taken by the parents, but let us go ask.
I think
Mr. Mike, what about that?
Yeah, so with us, with our son, it was kind of a surprise. We didn't know where he would go, because a little background about that is with our daughter. She went to 3 different ISDs, 3 different schools in the ISD already. In pre-K, she was at Metzler near her cousins, and then she moved to the one across, 2 streets over, first grade and second grade, which is what we're zoned for. And then during COVID, my wife taught both kids online for the whole year. So my wife was a teacher. After working nights, she was a teacher. Yes. And then in 3rd grade, that Making Connections program disappeared from that school near us because they didn't have enough kids, and moved to one near Dr. Clare, which is off of the main road. That's a 3rd school. That's Schultz Elementary. Yes. Where she went from 3rd to 5th. And for that, my son was zoned differently. So my wife and I, we had to request with the ISD, can our son start 1st grade where our daughter is? So that was approved. And every year we had to do that. And so this year, we knew that he was going to be zoned again back to where we live nearby. And so we had to ask permission again. It was a waiting game because it was not until this last month that we got approved. So he would be kind of continuously, flawlessly, without change, still go there, be allowed to go to the same school, but now his sister is not there.
Got it.
That's what the parents might want to know, if you can request under special circumstances, and he got approved. So it wasn't a big transition for him, but it wouldn't happen if we didn't request. If we didn't ask, it would be a no, right?
Wow, we are really having this great conversation.
Yes.
It is now time for us to have a quick break. So when we come back, we will still be asking, my parent Mike and teacher Mildred more things about back to school. So please stay tuned. We'll see you in a few. And before we actually go dive into the conversation, I just want to remind everyone that today is actually a special day for me as well as for all of us Houstonians because today is the actual concert day for Jaya Live in Houston. So
Yay!
please, support if you have not yet purchased your ticket. I believe there are only a few remaining the regular general ad tickets left, but all our SVIP has already been sold out. And remember, Jaya is already a Houstonian, also kababayan na natin dito sa Houston.
Yes.
And I will also have that opportunity to open up the show and do a front act. So please watch the show. Of course, Unified Safe Houston EP, our Houston Teachers Organization, is also one of the major sponsors for that event.
Yes.
Zaya has always been very supportive of us teachers. So thank you. Please make sure to
Claire,
watch. Yes.
this is my question. Are you the Asia's Queen of Soul or
No.
Jaya? Are you going to replace her?
Jaya is. I am the teacher's queen of roles. Ganon.
I'm going to watch it later.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to be there.
Oh,
okay.
All right. Let's have some shout outs acknowledging those who are with us. So let's first say a shout out to message from Miss MJ Versosa Concepcion. She's saying, hello, mga teachers. Amazing job. Thank you, Miss MJ, for
Thank
all
you, MJ.
us. And then we have another shout out here from, very supportive husband. Says here, shout out to our amazing host, Dr. Clare, and Safety Fee President Cora, watching live from the Woodlands High School football field. Wow. Thank you for supporting
Thank you,
us.
Sandra.
And we have here from Buns Daseco. Good morning. Hello, Buns. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Buns.
And we have here, this is another teacher from Aldine ISD, Miss Juan Zulwaga Divina Gracia. Kudos to Mike and Rosan for being involved in your children's educational journey. You're the ideal parents. I wish all parents are like you. Wow. Thank you so much, Mon.
Thank you, y'all. Thank you.
Yes, I know.
Okay, let's move on. Let's continue asking our guest right now.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we ended with Mike sharing to us about, requesting for his son to be placed in another school. So I think I just want to piggyback on that and, leaning on my experience as a former principal. So pwede ba? Does that happen? So in America, does that happen? Can you request? Yes, if there is a valid reason for your movement to that school, it will be approved. So the first approval comes from the principal, and really what they're looking at is to ensure if this is what is best for the child. And so for Bash, right, for your son to make sure that he is in that same zone, right? So he needed to make sure, and again, the advocacy of the parents plays a very, very important role. So thank you for sharing that, Mike, to us. Thank you. All right. So what's our next topic? What's the question that we want to ask?
Let's ask Teacher Mildred. Mildred, I heard that you mentioned earlier that you have a lot of preparations done before the beginning of the school year. Now, as a teacher let's go move the hat of a teacher. What did you prepare? How did you prepare your classroom? How did you receive them? What are those things that you have done in order to get ready for this school year?
So, honestly, aside from preparing the classroom setup, organizing materials, reviewing my notes, reviewing curriculum, that's actually the second on my list. The top on my list is actually my mental preparation. That is the most important thing I did. So what did I do as a teacher? it's really hard to prepare yourself, like, the transition from vacation mode to teaching mode is
Mhm.
really hard. So,
Yes.
mental preparation. I did my self empowerment. I know you've seen, I posted this. I watched a very inspiring movie, A Million Miles Away. This is a true story of a first Hispanic astronaut. And this is really, teaching a lot of values, virtues that teachers and students, everyone should, should have. So, and that movie specifically highlighted the impact of a teacher to their students. So after watching that, okay, I'm set, I'm ready, I'm ready for the new school year. So that's the first thing I did. And then second, of course, gathering the materials, preparing the classroom, reviewing my notes. I always look at my glow and grow. I know Dr. Clare is familiar about the glow and the grow. I look at my notes, what are the things that worked well, and what are the things that I need to improve on. So those basically are the things I did.
Wow, thank you.
That's
Mental
great.
preparedness. Oh my gosh, sometimes as teachers, we always think of the external. Let me prepare my classroom. Let me do this. Let me make sure I have communication set up ready. Let me make sure all my procedures and processes. But I love what teacher Mildred said, that internal factor. That is the most important thing. If you are not internally ready, set up, with your mind ready, okay, this is now the let's do it zone. Everything can falter. Those externals can actually falter. So very important. Galing ng message ni teacher
Yeah.
Mildred. Then going back also to that movie, I think I have my shirt here that says teaching touches
That's
lives forever.
forever.
I really attribute to teaching, right? And so we have to really understand the power of what internal preparation can do, so that externally that radiates also to the students. If they see that the teacher is ready there, they'll also go ahead and just respond to that vibe that they are feeling.
And
Now
also, Dr. Claire,
go ahead.
I want to piggyback on that.
Mhm.
If you are mentally ready to take
Mhm.
your responsibility, you will not have that stress on that first
Mm.
day because you already know how you are going to deal with all of those things that you are being faced. Not
Mhm.
only preparing yourself for curriculum, instructions, and relationship with your parents and children, the
Mhm.
mental, the mental thing preparation is really, really critical in times of teaching.
Yes.
Okay. Now,
Yes.
Amen to that. Yeah.
since you have said that you prepare yourself as a teacher, let's find out. Parent Mike, how
Oo.
did you prepare your kids for this school year? I think you have mentioned a little bit earlier, but would you like to expound on that? How did you prepare your kids for this school year?
Well, for our son, the idea of him going to this school or that school, we told him, well, the school here, we didn't because we didn't know. We said, if you're nearer that school, I can walk you there, you can bike there. But if you go to the same school, that's cool too, because you're going to have the same classmates. Nothing will change. Mostly the same teachers that you've seen. You'll
Mhm.
see them again, but they'll be your teachers or, the classroom. So we prepared him mentally for the either scenario, since we didn't find out later on that he's going to be going to the same school. And for both kids, we really we weaned them from staying up late as they could, because during the summer when their cousins visited, it's like 2, 3 in the morning. They'll sleep when they're about to pass out, and that's fine. But we slowly weaned them to not staying up so late or sleeping in late. We just like sleep early, play early, and that's so get them mentally prepared to be in that zone, like slowly getting to the same bedtime as school bedtime. And we limit their screen time so they're not all in that instant gratification mode. And we encourage more creative and imaginative play, like puzzles and games and Legos, arts and crafts, outdoor activities like biking and scootering. They have season tickets to the water park. We take them there. We took them to the library so they don't forget how to read. We also have a whole collection of books. Basically, we fed them healthy because we know honestly that the school sometimes doesn't have the most nutritious food, So we kept feeding them the most nutritious food we could give them.
Which is
We want them to be healthy in the brain and in the gut.
Right.
Before going to school. So.
Parent Mike, how I wished we have parents who are audience right now and could really commend what you have been doing in preparation for your kids to go to school. And considering the fact that we have a lot of challenges when it comes to prepping our kids during the opening of the schools. Now, I would like to ask Mildred. Mildred, aside from what you have done earlier, have you find any challenges in this school year, the beginning of the school year? And how did you prepare to resolve those challenges? What do you think?
So it's always like in the beginning of the school year, it's like you're testing the water. When you first meet your students, you try to gauge your diverse learners. They have different personalities, different backgrounds. And plus this year is really challenging for me because I have high performing students. I have 504 SPED students. So I'm really excited how I'm going to, excited to see them grow at the end of the year. So first and foremost, because I'm prepared, I prepared myself with this responsibility. I do not worry that much. So I just know that I will be working well with my, the SPED people. I will be constantly working with parents. I will have an open communication with them. So I am not really that worried, but the challenge is still there. But the positive, mind of solving and relating with the people who will support me, I think, everything will be good in place. So that's the biggest challenge for me. But always, my first priority is building a safe and enjoyable learning environment. If my students are happy and safe in my classroom, everything will follow. That's the first thing I always do. So, and always setting the goals. I always ask my students in the beginning of the year, what are your goals for the school year? What do you want to achieve this school year? Because if they know the why, the what is just secondary. If they know, oh, this is the goal I'm setting, so let's work on it. So we all discuss, so what are the things we're going to do so we can achieve our goals? And then it's not from me, it's from them. And I always ask, so who is really responsible of your learning? They always say, me. And I'm always here to support you. That's what I always tell my students. I start with mantra.
Amen to that, Mildred.
No.
I don't know if you believe in the impact of my mindset. So that's what I do. Beginning of the year, I introduce my mantra, and then we recite it every day.
Yes,
that's right.
That is amazing. Wow, there were so many points from what Mildred was sharing, and just really speaks of why Filipino teachers are just the best, right? Again, you are teaching the whole child. I love the idea when you said setting goals. Sometimes as teachers, we think we are imposing our goals. This is the goal. No, it should be, again, coming from that internally stemming. And, to know that our kids are capable of doing that, right? We are capable of setting their own goals. And then I want to also, just touch some points that Mike has shared, that screen time, limiting that screen time, that exposure, all that. And again, we always say how we wish all our parents was like Mike. But at the same time, this is the reason why we have this program, right? So that you can put some tools under your tool belt. Whether you're a teacher or a parent, listening to this program will really give you insights because, there are things that we just don't know. And so with that, we are gonna pause for our second break. And when we come back, more Chikahan is gonna happen, more insights from this amazing guest that we have.
See you later.
Join us for a captivating new series where Lawin sits down with the trailblazers of the music and entertainment world. Discover the stories behind the faces and voices that shape our culture and community.
We will bring you exclusive interviews with industry legends and rising stars. Behind the scenes insights and get a peek into the creative processes and personal journeys. Artists and performers and their upcoming shows and events.
Stay tuned for more updates and sneak peeks. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel.
More Chikahan. So we did ask teacher Mildred, right, how it went for her, what challenges did we have to face, right? Coming back to school on our first week back to school. I'm going to throw that same question to parent Mike. So Mike, what were some of the challenges that you had to face, with your children going back to school, and but actually before I will pause for that question, let's give a shout out muna to all our viewers who are, with us. So shout out to Christopher. It says here, congratulations, teacher Mildred. More power, and also another message from Christopher Mendez. It says here, more power, teacher Mildred, congratulations, it's going to be a good year. And there was also another shout out prior to that, and it says here, good morning. Yes, someone, I can't read. Oh, right here. Yes, it's right here from Miss Helen Gonzalez Santiago. Good morning. I really enjoy watching your interactions every Saturday morning.
Thank you, Helen.
Hey, thank you for that. All right. So let me go back to the question I want to pose for Mike. So what were some of the challenges that you had as a parent, with children going back to school, and how did you overcome those challenges?
Well, thank you. The first one was, I mentioned already, it's like not knowing whether a son will be approved to attend the same school because his sister left. Now, we don't have a reason to say, oh, he wants to be with his sister. But there's a good enough reason that he's doing well in the GT program that we want to keep that streak, right? So that's maybe why he got approved. So that's one challenge that overcome is request for the transfer. So my wife did that. And the challenge is just waiting, and we had a good reason. So I think I guess what teacher Mildred said, like mentally preparing, because our kids feed off our vibe. So if we had that vibe of, school is so stressful. If we have that negative vibe about school, guess what? They're going to have that negative vibe about school. So even if we're more worried for them and anxious, we kind of have to keep that to ourselves and show some positivity toward, the hectic schedule with school and all the meet the teachers and, all the things, all the prep work. We just have to love the labor. It's a labor of love to help them get through school. So supplies, buying supplies, that's, making sure that it's there the first day. That's a challenge if we wait the first day to get them. So what my wife does is we see what we could buy online. Sometimes they're, really better quality. The paper, my daughter doesn't like it when she's writing and the pencil goes through the very thin, cheap paper that sometimes from school. So getting the supplies ahead of time fixes those supplies problems. So I guess,
Oh, that I love how you talked about the attitude of the parent towards school. Ding ding, right? That is a very, very important mindset for parents. So for parents who are watching, and even for our teacher parents who are watching. So your interaction about school also will impact how your child will feel towards school, right? And we always say that children, they are just like tabula rasa, right? They're a blank slate. So they do not know anything about the world, until they are exposed to it. And so what the adult is modeling, mirroring to the students will also be what they will take internally. So, kudos to Parent Mike, for
Yeah.
bringing that and sharing that with us, that as adults, right? And again, this is why we love this teacher talk, because it's that sharing of ideas that we have, right? That we also not just learn about classroom, but actually also learn about life itself. That, we just respond, the students actually respond to their experiences based on how the adults, right, are
That's
seeing it.
right.
So if the adults are saying, like, what, Parent Mike said, "Oi, with school again, oh my God, we have to, why didn't the teacher say this, why?" So the kids are also gonna start feeling that way. But again, Mike was in the position actually to have stress. Oh, I still don't know where he's going with school, but that calmness and, it's gonna be okay, everything's gonna work out, also radiates to the kids. So
Also,
really,
yeah, also, Claire, I just want everybody to know, especially our parents, look at our teachers as your co-parent. Okay. Now, if you have anything that you wanted your child to be prep up, let the teachers know. They are your partners in schools. We co-parent your children. So look at us as your friend. Make sure that you communicate anything that you wanted us to know so we could better serve your children. As what Parent Mike said, he did everything he needed to do for the teacher to understand his kids. So
Mhm.
make us your partner, y'all.
I
Let's
know.
help
And
you
this,
out.
it actually segues right into
Mhm.
our next question for teacher Mildred, which is, as a teacher, what is the most important support you can have from your students' families? So talk to us, teacher.
Mhm.
What are the
Yes.
expectations of a teacher?
Yeah, I want before I answer that question, I want to really just emphasize that in the partnership of the school and home, that we all know that the school is actually the extension of home. So it's really important that we have an open communication with parents.
Mhm.
And that's why as teachers, one thing that we have to make sure is we have set up a communication, system. So it's
Mhm.
either we do class dojo, we do remind, or we do a newsletter, weekly newsletter. Those are important things because we all believe that we are partners. So, and at the same time, we are like co-parenting, like
Mhm.
8 hours of school. That's a lot of hours. So,
Mhm.
me teaching in the second grade level, elementary, I have cry babies. They sometimes just in the middle of the day, somebody would just cry and I say, why are you crying? Oh, because I miss my mom, I miss my dad. So
Yeah.
you really have to feel them and act like parents to them. So
That's right.
parents is a big support. They are really our partners. So going back to the question, the parent support is important for us.
Mhm.
Um, we always look for homeroom parents. We call that homeroom parents, like parents that we can have communication with when we have school activities like field trip,
Mhm.
field day, programs. We
Mhm.
need those parents. And I'm
Mhm.
fortunate I have a lot of volunteers. Aside, we're only asking for one, and I have three parents who
Mhm.
volunteered already. So
Mhm.
that's a big support. We ask for a lot of things like materials for the classroom or preparing for volunteers to assist us or chaperone us in the field trip. Those are things we really needed. So no, so that we can, aside from preparing our lessons, the parents will be with us. We don't have to worry about other things,
Yeah.
extracurricular activities.
I
Yes.
want to piggyback on that. Mildred, you mentioned about Class Dojo and Remind, right?
Mhm.
Do they respond?
Yes,
Do they respond to you when you send
yes,
messages and that?
they do. Actually, in the beginning, in Meet the Teacher, we project it on the screen, join our Remind. We also do QR code. It's faster. They just scan it, and right away, they're part of our class Remind. And they really appreciate. We give them short notes, reminders, brag notes, especially. I
Yeah.
always send brag notes. Not only, oh my, your child misbehaved. No, I always give brag notes to parents and also updates on how they can help their kids when it comes to behavior, reminders. So both. So for teachers, please don't just send, you know, bad notes, but also brag notes.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
Mildred,
ridiculous.
I want to piggyback on what you said. For the benefit of our viewers, guys, parents who are watching us today, Mildred mentioned about Remind
Mm-hmm.
and Class Dojo.
Yes.
These are apps that are
Mhm.
available in your fingertips. All you
Mhm.
have to do is to give real and working phone numbers and emails, and then your teacher will connect you to that. Once you
Mhm.
put that on your phone, it's so easy. In a single tap in your phone, you are going to receive messages. There you go. You see that one? Now you will be updated with what is going on in school as well as your children. So everything you have to put those apps in your phone, and it is a one-shot communication with your teachers. Okay, I just
Yes.
want to put it there because people might be asked, "What is JoJo? What is Class JoJo?" And Remind. Now you've seen it, you've heard it from us. Go ahead and put that on your phone.
Yes, and I want to talk about what Mildred was sharing with us about that partnership, right? There is an American proverb that says, it takes a village to raise a child. So that means it's really that partnership that we need to between parent and school so that our children will be successful. And with that, we're going to pause for our last break. And when we come back, oh, can you believe it? It's going to be that last news segment of our episode today. We'll see you as we will try to wrap it up.
In a world filled with fleeting moments, there's beauty waiting to be captured. My name is Christian, and I specialize in immortalizing your most precious memories, from elegant weddings to vibrant events and timeless portraits. I'm here to make every moment unforgettable. Let me tell your story through the lens. Contact me today and let's create magic together.
In a world cluttered with information, where truth is power, Lawin Weekly News stands apart.
We delve deeper, uncover facts, and bring stories to light. From political showdowns and economic triumphs to the pulse of the street and the heart of the community.
We capture the moments that define us, stories that challenge, inspire, and transform.
Tune in live Sundays 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and Sundays 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
And now, yes, and now we are back. So we're talking about that school and family partnership. Now I want to ask, parent Mike. So what advice do you want to give parents, who are out there to help their children with school? What's the best advice that you can, tell the parents?
Well, like you all said, it takes a village, right? And parents are, part of that village people that help with the education, and we're supposed to be a team. It doesn't, the education, the learning doesn't stop in school. We don't just have the jobs of feeding them and, buying them clothes. We have to help the teachers teach our kids to be productive, grown-ups one day. So we pride ourselves on always meeting with the teachers whenever we can. And, some teachers, they really have that passion. And sometimes it feels like it's a job. But if we meet them and show them, the love and appreciation and be face to face with them and be excited for them, it kind of empowers them, I think, to do a little bit more for our kids, So definitely building that rapport, staying connected with them, And just a little heads up, sometimes a remind has replies turned off. So what we do, we take it a notch on top of that. You can stalk them because their email and contact information is public on the school website. So in case they can't receive a reply and remind, we email them or text them. And some teachers are open to that. So when you kind of figure out which teacher will communicate better with whichever type of channel, you stick with that. So it's juggling which communication method works for them, but we found it's better to over communicate than not. So there's no surprises. So
Exactly. And I love what you said, Mike, that you got to make sure to also give that grace also to teachers, right? It's because there are some parents who think, well, I already sent a message to remind, and then the parent the teacher did not respond back to me. So I think this teacher, you also understanding also that there's a lot on a teacher's plate. And again, we just have to be able to give that grace to our teachers, knowing that they are our partners in ensuring your child's growth. Before we move on to that question, also to Teacher Mildred, just want to give a shout out to Miss Babes S. Dizon, who says, good morning, first time to see your live show. Thank you so much,
Thank
Miss
you.
Son Hayes, for supporting us, and hopefully won't be the last time for you to join us live every Saturday at 9 a.m. And I hope you are enjoying this conversation as much as we have. And so we want to ask, Teacher Mildred, on your end, what advice do you want to give, our teachers who are now, beginning in their journey for the school year? How do we want to make this work? How will it work for them?
So, as what I've said, it's always having a positive attitude. So, because teaching is not for everyone, it's really a job, or rather, I know it's a cliche. They always say teaching is a vocation, but it's truly it is. So, if you own that and recognize that and think of positively, everything will fall into place. Whatever challenges you will encounter, you will think of the solution, complain. So that's my biggest advice to all teachers, whether you're a first time teacher or even a seasoned veteran teacher. Always have a positive mind, because every year you have a different set of students, a different set of parents. So everything it could be like a beginning, a new start. So just have a positive mind. And of course, always do professional development, because we need that. We learn from professional development, and also have a humble heart to accept that you have more things to learn from other teachers, especially the young generation teachers. Because I always tell my students that don't think of my number of years, because they always say, oh, you're a seasoned teacher. No, everything I can still learn, and it's a lifelong learning. Teaching is a lifelong learning. So I always tell them, I'm ready to learn, I'm open. So just have those two things. Have a humble heart to accept that you will be learning from others, and have a positive mind.
I like the way you said that, Mildred, because we as teachers, we are really there to support our parents, and we cannot do support them if we are not continuing our education. We're not continuing how to sharpen our skills, and as well as communicating really well with them. So with the partnership that you said, you are indeed the great, I mean, how would I say this? You are an example of a teacher who acts as a parent as well as a professional when it comes to educating and progressing our children. That is so profound for me, Mildred. And uh, parent Mike, really, you are an inspiration to all parents that we have today. And I hope they will listen and they will emulate what you have done in order to prepare your kids when it comes to school and relating to our teachers.
And of
Thank you.
course,
And I
you
will
know,
share, I want to add one more thing before you wrap it up with what we do also to help the teachers. The PTO, like if you have time, you have a voice in what goes on, with the PTO. So definitely consider that, take time to be part of it, or at least know what's going on there. And also the art. Parents might think the art is the art. It's set in stone. Well, no, it's not, because what we learn is we can ask for an extra art if we see that things are not working out with the accommodations for a special needs daughter. So what we do is we help the teachers learn a strategy that sometimes we learn from the therapist and say, have you tried this? So they take notes and they incorporate what we are learning into the art. So they're learning how to incorporate that and how to teach our daughter. So that might be something that other teachers, parents and teachers might help, get some.
I love it. And so I just, again, piggybacking, oh my goodness, can you imagine all this wealth of knowledge that we got just within this hour session time? One of the most important thing, what teacher Mildred said is that listening or hearing it from a teacher herself, we can never stop learning, right? Those professional development is needed. It's not the number of years. Everyone can learn. And again, even that engagement that the parents, you have with the parent, that is also an opportunity for a teacher to learn. And at the same time, for parents too, as they are helping their children transition back, supporting their children, in the process, you also get to learn. I just want to give a shout out here for some more of our viewers. We have Miss Roseanne DC, who says here, thank you for letting us share our kids' school life. Hopefully it will help other parents. Thank you, Tita Mon, for the kind words. Appreciate all the teachers. Thank you for all you do. Oh, I think Roseanne is Mike's better half. So thank you all.
Wow, thank you.
Mike, to be here and share that, knowledge that you both
wow.
have.
Do we have another shout out?
Yes, go. Yes, we do.
I don't see it on my screen.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Sam Danao, you're a star. Teachers and parents, keep it up.
I know.
Thank you, Sam.
Right. This has really been an amazing, amazing conversation. And of course, Teacher Cora, our guest, just before we actually, sign off and give our goodbyes, I just want to remind again, everyone, tonight is the night for Jaya Houston Live. So if you have an opportunity to join us, again, we are promoting this because Jaya has just been very, very supportive of the teacher organization here in Houston. And in fact, Safe Houston EP is also one of the sponsors for this event. It's going to be a soulful night. She is Asia's Queen of Soul, the one and only. Again, SVIP tickets are sold out, but there are still general ad tickets that are available. Thank you, thank you.
It's going to be tonight, right, Claire?
Yes, it will be tonight at 6 p.m. at Willow River Church.
Yes.
Oh
now,
my
I want
goodness.
to add a little more. For those of you who would like to assist our J1 teachers who just came and settling, we are accepting donations of kitchen supplies, bedroom supplies. If you have anything, we're done with furnitures, but if you could provide something that is workable appliances that you have in your kitchen, go ahead and visit our Facebook page, Unified Safe EP. Message us there, and we're ready to pick it up and distribute to our J1 teachers. Thank you so much for supporting us.
And just for everyone to know, J1 teachers are actually our cultural exchange teachers that are here, new to some of them have just been here 1, 2, or 3 years in the United States. And that's the reason why we are here helping and supporting them, because, yung bayanihan spirit will always be there for us Filipinos. One of the things that we kept talking about today was that internal motivation, right? That self-care is very important. Oh my God, what a great way to actually segue
Segue.
for our next
show.
episode. Oh my goodness, because here at Teacher Talk Live Chikahan, we want to make sure that we educate the whole child, the whole person in your case. So, next week's episode will be,
what is it?
It will be self-care.
Self-care. Who cares?
Who cares? I bet we already know the answer of who truly cares for self-care. And so with that, we want to thank our distinguished guests.
Yes.
Really amazing insights. I cannot wait to, go back and, play again this live because there were just so much insight.
So
Thank
much
you
need
so
to know.
much to
Yes.
Karen, Mike Castillo for your time. Also, thank you to Teacher Mildred Molito for your time. We really, really appreciate you. And with
Thank you guys so much. Thank you for your time. It's Saturday. I know for the past week we are so hectic and you gave us your time today. Thank you also for those who watch us today, went online.
Yes.
Please subscribe to Lawin Media Network. Thank you, Pilipinas. Thank you, Cebu. Thank you, Aklan. Thank you, Manila. Thank you, and we'll see you again next week for our next episode.
And this has been Dr. Clare with
Teacher Cora Flores
with Teacher Talk Live Chikahan.
Say it.
Okay, teacher, let's do it together. Teacher Talk.
Teacher Talk Live Chikahan with Teacher Cora
and
Teacher
Dr. Clare. We have to do it again next time.
Yes, I know.
All right, guys.
We appreciate you. Bye. God bless.
Thank you.
Hello, this is Jaya. Surprise! I just wanted to say congratulations sa inyong dalawa, Ma'am Cora and Dr. Clare. Sis, congratulations sa inyong bagong online program na pinamagatang Teacher Talk, Live Chikahan with Ma'am Cora and Dr. Clare. And this is going to be online. They'll tell you everything about it, kung saan ninyo sila mapapanood at kung ano-ano yung mga pag-uusapan at tatalakayin in their program. Of course, I just wish the both of you all the best. Congratulations and God bless your program. At sa lahat ng mga manunood, sana ay talagang sumubaybay sila sa programa ninyo. Marami po tayong lahat matututunan. And this is produced with Lawin Media Houston. So, congratulations sa inyo. And speaking of Houston, I will be having my first concert in a while. Medyo matagal na rin akong hindi nagpa-perform sa Houston. So, I'd like to invite everyone, August 17, Jaya Live in Houston. And this is going to happen at the Willow River Church in Houston. For more details, just go online sa Instagram at Facebook page ko and makikita ninyo lahat ng detalye for ticket and venue details. So this is going to be August 17, Houston. Punta kayo sa Instagram or Facebook ko and lahat pwede nyong malaman doon. Please, 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 magsanib puwersa po tayo and maraming salamat again sa Paddock Entertainment and kay Marlo Colina of MC Aesthetics and sa lahat ng mga special guests for the support and for joining me on in this concert. So, August 17, Jaya Live in Houston, and then syempre Teacher Talk Live Chikahan with Ma'am Cora and Dr. Clare. Panoorin po ninyo yan. Support, support, support. Thank you. God bless all of you. Mwah.